is. There's way too much snow.
That is hilarious. Comfortable?
You know what? I'm just gonna prop my foot right up here on the table because there's no other place to put it. I'm scooted over as far as I can possibly be. This is gonna be interesting.
This is gonna be a weird video.
This is really cozy.
I don't really think so, but okay.
I'm just kidding, it's cold.
Okay guys, so today we are going to be doing...
I hope they can see my foot like right here.
No, I don't think they can. Okay guys, so today we're going to be talking about our neck knife collection. We've done videos on pretty much everything else, from multi-tools to fixed blades to folders and EDC stuff in general, but we haven't really done dedicated fixed blade videos, so that is what today's video is going to be. It's all about our neck knives that we EDC and take out into the woods.
And the bottom of the barrel bargains. Woohoo!
Well, not really, but...
And how they became that way. Brief summary, anyway.
Okay, your turn.
There's only one knife on here that I actually like to wear.
No, you have to say, as always.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot my lines. I'm sorry, director, don't fire me. As always, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe for more of this Alaskan awesomeness. Let's get into this.
Yes.
Anyways.
So guys, like I was saying, we're going to be talking about all our different neck knives today. So jumping right into this, I think I'm going to let Ashley go first. I think we're going to go just like that.
But if I go first, I'm only talking about the one knife that I actually like to carry.
Yeah, but you can just talk about them all.
Okay. Don't carry, used to carry, carry, don't carry, don't carry, don't carry, don't carry, don't carry. Okay, we're good. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. God bless and we're out.
Right? Not quite.
Okay, just kidding. Alright, okay, so in seriousness, this is the only one that I actually consistently carry. It's the MSK, and I really... By Tops. What is it with me and Tops knives? I don't even know.
Right?
But yeah, I love this little booger, and I do carry it all the time. In fact, I had to remember to take it off for the video because I was wearing it and almost forgot about it. But anyways, yeah, this is the Tops MSK. I really enjoy this knife because it's lightweight and it doesn't bounce around. Look at the size comparison. I thought this one was small in comparison to the Essie, so I started carrying it, but it was just still too bulky and heavy, so I got this one instead. And this one is like way better, so.
It's way smaller too.
Yeah, that's my take on that one.
What do you enjoy most about it?
The fact that it's small and it's very sharp, and it's really cool looking.
Right, it is.
It is really cool.
I love the tan.
What I really like about it is the grip. It just fits right into my hand so perfectly. It's really comfortable, and I love the tan and gray combo. It's really, really a nice, very attractive, and really, really sharp little knife, and I really love it.
Yeah, I really like it too.
Plus, I love that you put this little nut right here in the
brass nut.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I thought of that. It's just like, I'm going to spice it up and do a really nice lanyard.
Well, you used to have something similar on your pull force, but
I did actually. Yeah, I did. But now it kind of has its own lanyard. Some of these knives have lanyards, some of them don't.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, so next on is, this is actually the newest one in this collection, and this collection may be getting larger, I'm not exactly sure, but this is definitely the newest one in the collection. And this one,
borderline too small.
Yeah, it is borderline too small, and I actually do not know. I'm going to annotate the name of this one because I cannot remember the name of this little guy. But this is made by TRC Knives. TRC is out of Lithuania, and I thought it was pretty awesome. This is a nice, really small, kind of Kiradashi almost like knife. And I just kind of custom wrapped the handle with some bright green.
I like that green. That is really a good change up.
Yeah, I like how it stands out against the kind of just steel look that it has already.
I like the look of the knife. It's just too small. Like this is perfect. This is almost too small, and this one is just too small. Yeah,
this one is about the same size as my favorite of these neck knives. This one's also pretty awesome, but yeah, this one's really new. We've had it for less than a week, and it's still kind of being tested.
I've only worn it, and I forgot I was wearing it. With this, you got a little bit of an umph to remind you that you have it, so you're ready to use it. That I completely forgot about, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, it's really small. It's a really great knife, though, for those situations when you need to carry a neck knife that goes
tiny,
really undetected and flies
something we can sneak through the security at the airport.
Probably not. It's enough metal detectors, but if you're going into a place that doesn't have metal detectors but is not knife friendly, it's a nice little option. So next is the Anza Knives Bumblebee.
Does it transform into anything?
Right, I wish. But
It
just
is
kind of
really tiny.
Yeah, it just kind of looks like a bumblebee, and they kind of did in that style. This is more of a bushcrafting neck knife for me, and these two Anzas are really, as they're all like tangled on each other and everything. But these Anzas are really more bushcrafting knives for me, and that's where I personally find their most usefulness. This one is I think this has one of the smallest edges on the actual table. It has a pretty
really
good sized
pretty.
handle, but it has a
Both of the ends,
edge.
as I noticed, the blades were just really pretty.
Yeah,
but
they're really well
I'm not
done.
really interested in using either of them because I'm Little Miss Simplicity. I have the knife that I like, and I'm just going to stick with it
I
for
get
now
you.
until I find something better.
Well, you might end up rolling over.
I don't
to
know.
one of
I
these.
was thinking if I did roll over to any one of them, it would be this one.
That's the Anza Infinity.
Yeah. I just don't like the handle. The handle just
Yeah,
looks so big
the
and
handle-
fat.
The handle
but
on
the
that
blade
one
is
was
really pretty.
The handle on that one was always off for me. I
Yeah.
don't love the ergos on it. It feels just too fat for me.
It is too fat.
It's just a little too fat, I think.
But I like the blade, which is a real shame because it's
Yeah.
like, what do you do? It's one
Exactly
piece.
right.
It's like you can't separate
Exactly.
the handle or anything.
Yep.
It's just the handle is just too fat.
Yup.
The Bumblebee I thought looked kind of awkward too because it does look too fat. But it's still kind of cute at the same time. Because it really does legitimately look like a bee. Like I
It
could
does.
seriously tape wings to it and go bzzz and buzz it around.
That's
And you know, it'd be
hilarious.
really cute. Put Google eyes on the blade and antennas. Or
Yeah, of course. Of course.
well, it's cute. It looks like a bee.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, I love the blades on the Anzas. I just hate the handles. So
Yeah, I
That's my
like the
thought.
handle a lot on the Bumblebee, but not on the Infinity at all. It feels too fat for me. So going over to these little
he
guys.
doesn't like fat things like me.
Right? That's not true.
I'm just kidding. I'm not fat.
I know, right? So going over to the ones that kind of started it all, this is not the first of them, but the first of the smaller neck knives, and these both they're the same thing, just different handle colors. But
I like
these
the
are,
red one better.
Yeah, right. Everyone does.
I don't find puke green handles to be that attractive.
Yeah. So this is the Mora Eldris, and it's a really
Those are
nice
really
knife.
cute. I've
They
actually
are-
used those a little bit.
Yeah, they are actually extremely practical knives. They're probably some of the most practical for your money's worth. They're probably some of the most practical knives on the table. They have a good handle, good blade. The steel is pretty adequate.
I've been pretty
and-
attached to Moras ever since I got to Mora Garberg, and I have used those little Moras just a little bit, and I found them to be really awesome for small tasks.
Yeah, I really do enjoy
The only thing I don't like about carrying them around my
Eldrises.
neck is they are really round, so they kind of protrude from my shirt,
Yeah.
and it's like, what? Do you have a giant tumor or something?
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah,
But they are pretty cool. I mean, I have no problem using them. I just don't really care for carrying them around. I like something that's virtually invisible.
yeah, and I think the MSK is a lot better for that. And I will say,
I agree.
all four of these knives here, they're really like round and they kind of protrude more out of your shirt, but
I also like the Silent Soldier over
and I
here.
love the Silent Soldier.
I've
That's
only
what
worn
we
it
do
briefly once or twice trying to knock the snow off of it.
next. Yeah,
And I actually probably would wear this one.
if it wasn't for
I
me.
love how it looks. It's so clean and steel.
Yeah, love it.
And I like the sheath, and it's very flat and lightweight. The only problem is if you hit it hard enough, it will come out of the sheath. And
Not
like,
necessarily.
it will. I tested because I was running with it one time. Anyways.
Oh, really?
And it popped out. So
see.
just like the pull force like to come out of the sheath sometimes. If you swing it around enough, it'll come out. Whoa! Oh no, it's in the snow. We're never gonna find it again. But just like the
Real
pull
funny.
force, it could be prone to popping out of the sheath, especially like if I was horseback riding. I can't even
freezing
tell
in
you
and
how
out.
many times this could have been a hazard for me because it popped out of the sheath while I was riding. And at one instance, I pinned the blade between my leg and the side of my horse to keep it from falling to the ground. And I didn't.
Delightful.
I was like, oh man, I'm gonna cut myself. But
Right.
many times it has come straight down towards my leg, or straight
Yeah.
down towards my horse, or straight down onto the pavement. But I didn't want to lose it in the grass. One time we were on the floodplains running, and we were at a lope, and it came out, and I grabbed it with my leg between the horse, and then I was trying to get my horse to slow down because she was being kind of antsy. We're running with a group of horses, so I had this knife straight up in the air, just trying to get her to calm down, and finally I was like, screw it, so I threw down the reins, I put it back in the sheath really quick, which on a galloping horse is kind of dangerous because you're going like this and you're bouncing, It's like, okay, and I didn't have a saddle on because I just don't use them. So I was like, okay, I don't think I want to ride with this one anymore.
Yeah, it can be a little bit of a safety
Luckily,
hazard.
me and my horse weren't like punctured or anything, but it's like it could have been that way. So
yeah,
you were with us when that happened.
I think so.
Did you see me?
No,
Did
I
you
don't
see
think
that happen?
I saw that happen.
I think you saw me with the knife because you gave me a funny look.
I think so.
But
I
Ellie
didn't
was
realize
being
that was happening.
Ellie was being a butthead though and didn't want to listen to you, and you're just like, oh, like.
Oh, she was listening to me. I just wanted to do something else. Like,
I don't know. Anyways, it was really funny. So I like the pull force, but I just found it to be one, just too heavy and bulky, and two,
Not
it just
enough
didn't like
retention.
to stay in the sheath.
that is another thing, by the way. I don't know if you talked about it with the MSK. Is this thing is very tight retention. Like,
Yeah, it won't come out, and it's
No
light
worries
enough that
about
it has
this.
no weight that'll just jerk it right out. See, like even with this, like I noticed the problem with the SE3.
Really dangerous.
So we had the SE3, as some of you probably remember, and it's a lot like this. It came out of its sheath and we lost it, and we haven't been able to find it since. And that's just my one thing with neck knives that I also didn't like is that, they were very prone to coming out of their sheaths. And so we still have this one, but we hardly ever use it, just like this in the pull force. These are like the two bottom of the barrel knives that we used to actually carry quite a bit, but don't so much anymore. Like the SE, I carried that thing every day for months.
Oh, yeah.
But those three would have been, well, if we still had the SE, if we ever find it, will be bottom of the barrel because they're just too big. We don't use them.
They're too big. They're too clunky, I think.
And they are very prone for coming out of their sheaths.
Yep.
And getting lost or hurting someone. I mean, I could have stabbed myself in the leg multiple times with the pull force.
I could have stabbed myself several times with the pull force too. I mean, I was being stupid on my trampoline several times. So I would jump and then it would like fall out of the sheath. In fact, with the SE, I can't roll in a picture because like the trampoline's covered in snow, but there's actually a cut in my trampoline fabric because there's one time I was jumping around and I totally forgot my SE was actually on me, and then it popped, boop, and then just went right through the trampoline. So it was kind of
that
horrible.
little naughty thing, and it's like I don't even know where we lost it. We looked everywhere and it was more than likely at somebody's house. There was a couple of different houses it could have been lost in, and we looked in their houses, their driveways, and in between the route of each of those places, and it's like we couldn't find it anywhere. So my thought is maybe it's buried in snow on someone's driveway and we'll have to wait to find it in the summertime.
Puncture someone's tire. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
So anyways, this is our collection. It's not a huge collection, but we got quite a few knives, and like Ashley said, we're definitely migrating more over to these smaller knives.
For sure.
I've been EDCing this thing.
I really like how it looks.
Pretty religiously because I've actually always loved the Browse Blade Silent Soldier, and it looks really awesome. It's a really functional EDC knife. And overall, I really like some of these smaller ones. I've actually been EDCing this TRC pretty frequently
It's just real. I mean, I like the look of it. It's just too small. If it was a little bit bigger, I would like it more.
Yeah, I noticed it was a little bit small for my taste because the Browse Blade, the only reason I like its really tiny size is because you can shove your non-gloved fingers through these like,
your
holes.
non-gloved fingers.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really work with gloved fingers, but when you aren't wearing gloves, you can shove your fingers through these holes, and so it's a different type of experience than most of these other knives because of that.
And also
like
the blade is actually pretty large in comparison.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is with this knife, how they get away with it is that this hole is actually like halfway on the actual grind. So you get a lot of blade for your handle too.
Exactly.
Whereas with a more traditional knife, you have to sacrifice blade for handle and handle for blade. So,
I like the way they put the Silent Soldier together. It almost looks like a pair of binoculars.
Almost. So it's a really nice knife. I really love the SS. So anyways, guys, that's our collection, and I think that's all for now.
Oh wait, we have one more. Okay, let me go get it. I almost forgot. This is important.
Important business.
Very important. I will be right back. Did you see her jump off the ledge?
Yeah. She's kind of more hot down though.
Hey, hello. Get up on the table, Tyga. Tyga.
I don't think no, Tyga. Uh-oh.
Come here. We have our final neck knife, the biggest of all, the Buck Thug.
Doubles as a loincloth.
Doubles as a loincloth for the next episode of Naked and Afraid. Just kidding, okay. That was a joke. As most of you realize that I really don't like big neck knives. I thought it'd be funny if I just came running out with the buck thug right here, so. Anyways, that was a joke. So anyways, we hope you enjoyed.
There you go.
We hope you enjoyed this video.
As
Yeah,
always.
Tiger. Yeah, Tiger. God bless and we're out.
Okay.